Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the biggest movies of all time. Its success is so enduring that not only did it retake the #1 spot at the domestic box office this weekend, but Charlie Cox's cameo in it even caused his Daredevil series to get a significant boost in the Netflix charts. Even though No Way Home is a co-production between Sony and Marvel, it was a hit the MCU sorely needed. While Shang-Chi and the Eternals have their fans, both were financial disappointments for Disney, and none of the Marvel series on Disney Plus have thus far performed as expected. Truth be told, the MCU hasn't had an unqualified hit since Avengers Endgame, and it probably needs another Robert Downey Jr. style flagship character to keep bringing in the masses. Despite Kevin Feige at one point hinting that Brie Larson's Captain Marvel would be that flagship character, the audience have voted for Spider-Man with their wallets. That Tom Holland's contract would be renewed was never in doubt, but we have learned that that renewal might just be more extensive than anyone had imagined. Reportedly, Tom Holland has signed a mega deal with Sony and Marvel. I say reportedly because at the time of making this video, this has not yet been announced to the public, or even referenced in the industry trades. There is, however, chatter within the industry that known scoopers picked up on, and that is what we will be going through in this video, as we break down what we have learned of Holland's mega deal, what it implies about Sony and Marvel going forward, where this might leave any other Spider-Men, and to round it off, the madness of all the Doctor Strange multiverse cameos. We have heard a few different things from different sources, but these different things are not in conflict with each other. Rather, they complement each other and could all be accurate. From known scooper Mikey Sutton of Geekosity magazine fame, we learned that Tom Holland has been signed for 6 more movies. More specifically, 2 new Spider-Man trilogies. Add those 2 upcoming trilogies to what I think we can now call the Home Trilogy. You know, the 3 Tom Holland solo Spider-Man movies we already have. And he will, by the end of this upcoming megadeal, have starred in 3 separate Spider-Man trilogies. Sutton also emphasized that these 6 movies were in the MCU, meaning that just like Spider-Man No Way Home, Sony will be distributing, paying the bulk of the production cost, and giving notes. But the movies will be made under the auspices of Marvel Studios. While Sutton didn't say anything specifically about how big a stake Marvel Studios have in them, I would certainly expect them to continue to be co-productions, with Marvel funding and owning a sizable stake of them. This would confirm that some other deal has been reached, in which Spider-Man will stay in the MCU for the indefinite future. From other sources, we have learned that including the 6 Spider-Man solo movies, the deal also includes either 3 more appearances or 6 more appearances, presumably in other MCU movies. Now, that could mean 3 major supporting roles plus 3 minor cameos. Or it could mean 3 major supporting roles in this deal with an option for 3 more. Or it could mean 6 major supporting roles already locked in. The details of that we do not yet know. Chances are we are looking at least 3 major supporting roles in other MCU movies. To this end, Mikey Sutton also reports that Spider-Man will be included in the next major Avengers storyline, the one following the Thanos and Infinity War storyline, namely Secret Wars. On-screen appearances as Spider-Man aside, we are also hearing that this deal would allow Tom Holland to direct a to-be-decided future movie for Sony, presumably a passion project of sorts. The deal also includes back-end points, which suggests that by the end of it, Tom Holland will succeed and exceed Robert Downey Jr. as the highest paid actor in the MCU. Spider-Man will obviously have a very big role going forward in all Marvel-themed movies. But what of the other Spider-Men? Tom Holland will be the main MCU Spider-Man, but as established in No Way Home, there is a big multiverse out there. While we so far haven't heard any concrete rumors about any imminent more Spider-Men, As you will see in the upcoming and cameo-heavy Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, anything is possible, and nothing prevents Sony from making movies featuring other Spider-Man or women that fans can rationalize are set in some multiverse of the MCU. And it's a big, big multiverse. And on that note, next on the horizon for the MCU is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and as I just said, it will be cameo heavy. Some rumors suggest it will have more Marvel characters on screen than any other Marvel movie to date, even Avengers Endgame. Do you know who is ultimately behind these rumors? No, it's not any one scooper. It's actually Marvel themselves that have planted the leaks. Some of those leaks are real, some are deliberate disinformation, and some are genuine leaks they didn't want to get out. What they do want though is for you to speculate, discuss, and above all, get excited. Spider-Man No Way Home was a massive success, but while Marvel Studios was the production company, the bulk of the earnings went to Sony, as they own the far bigger stake in that. Marvel needs Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to do for them what Spider-Man No Way Home did for Sony. And a little bit for Marvel too, but mostly for Sony. So, they want Multiverse of Madness to at the very least match No Way Home, and ideally top it. If you disregard Spider-Man, Marvel themselves really haven't had a win since Avengers Endgame. To this end, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness just saw 6 weeks worth of reshoots, and the official reason was to add cameos. Now, for all we know, the movie may have had structural issues that needed fixing too, but the stated intention is to add cameos. So, for the remainder of this video, let's go through some of those leaks and rumored cameos. We are now done with all things Spider-Man, so if you don't want any potential spoilers for Doctor Strange, then leave now. It's fine, go watch something else, don't come and complain afterwards. If you do want the potential spoilers though, if you want to keep watching, then here is the list of some of the cameos rumored for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Again, I stress these are rumors making the rounds, and some of this may be disinformation. These are not things that we have been told directly, rather they're rumors which are out there in the ether. So, with those warnings in place, in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness you may see, among others, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and many other X-Men, Deadpool, Tom Cruise as an Iron Man variant, Tom Jane's Punisher, Wesley Snipes' Blade, Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, among many, many more. Again, these are all rumors though. The only thing we have been told is that Tom Holland is a lock for Spider-Man for the indefinite future. So, are you excited for a lot more of Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the years to come? What do you think of all of this? Let me know in the comments.